I love it. It's a good sign of the times. So I have been meditating for about almost 20 years now, believe it or not. And I've been teaching meditation for the last 11 years, and I've seen a lot and experienced a lot. And my basic premise about meditation is that mindfulness is bullshit. I know it sounds weird coming from a meditation teacher, but what I mean by that is the way we normally think about mindfulness as this thing that we have to spend a lot of energy doing every day, right? There is such thing as mindfulness as a symptom of a daily stillness practice. And true mindfulness is you not thinking about being mindful. Just like true presence is you not sitting there going, am I present now? Am I present? Are we still in the present moment? And true happiness is not you going, I need to be happy. What can I do to make me happy? What can I think about to be happy, right? True happiness is you sitting at a cafe with someone who you're kind of infatuated with, and you're having these conversations, and the next thing you know, they're stacking the tables and the chairs because they're about to close, and you're like, oh my God, we've been here for 5 hours, and it felt like 5 minutes. That's true presence. That's true happiness. Seeing a little baby smile in its crib, or playing with a little puppy, or walking through nature and just observing all the different play and display of nature's intelligence and getting completely lost in the moment. That's true mindfulness. And that's a possibility for every single one of us. And so the way that we achieve that or cultivate it is from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get familiar with what's going on inside. So let's get comfortable. You can keep your legs crossed if that's comfortable for you. You can keep your arms crossed if you want. You don't have to sit as though you are meditating. You can just sit naturally like you're watching television, okay? Palms up, down, fingers interlocked, whatever's good. Now, we are going to close the eyes. So let's close our eyes, okay? And we're going to take 3 deep breaths just as a means of relaxing the physical body. So there may be a part of your body that is a little bit more tense than other parts of the body. So we're just going to see to what extent we can release that tension by taking a deep breath into the nose, hold it at the top for just a beat, and then exhale everything out. And then again, find another part of the body that's a little bit tense. Deep breath in, and then exhale, letting go of whatever tension you can in that part of the body. And then one more time for good measure, deep breath in, pause at the top. And as you let this exhale out, just relax your entire body. So don't worry about sitting up straight. Don't worry about keeping your shoulders back. And if you feel like you're comfortable now, and then 5 minutes later, it's not as comfortable, you can switch your position. If you have to cough or sneeze, don't go into convulsions trying to hold it in. Just be natural with all of that. And of course, now we're left with our mind, which many people would describe as a monkey that's been stung by a bee with epilepsy, swinging around from branch to branch. And if that is your experience for your mind, that's actually normal. That means you're a normal person. Okay? There's nothing bad about that. So what I want to invite you to do within this kind of monkey business of the mind is I want you to rest your awareness on a thought or a word or a sound that brings you happiness. A thought, a word, or sound that when you place your attention on it, it kind of makes you happy. Could be your child's name, could be a memory, could be a song lyric, could be anything. A thought, a word, sound that brings you happiness. And so the practice is very simple, right? You're going to breathe naturally, you're going to sit comfortably, and you're just going to kind of very passively rest your awareness on this thought, word, or sound with full knowledge that your mind may and probably will start to meander away and begin thinking about something else. And if that happens, again, that means you're normal. When you remember that you're sitting here in this ballroom across from Bryant Park in meditation, then you just very easily rest your awareness again on that thought or word or sound. The idea is not to focus on anything. The idea is not to think about anything specific for any length of time. It's just kind of like a dance, a beautiful dance, where your mind is going to start to move away from that thought or word or sound and into other thoughts that are seemingly unrelated, and you'll get lost for all practical purposes in something else, and then you'll remember at some point, and then you'll just kind of happily come back, and that's it. It's a little loop, coming back, getting lost, coming back, getting lost, coming back, getting lost. There's no frequency that we need to be careful of or mindful about, just whatever feels natural, whatever feels normal. So I'm going to stop talking now. We're just going to sit here like this in silence for just a few minutes and allow our minds and our bodies to settle to whatever extent they can settle. So if you're lost in another thought right now that had nothing to do with the fact that you were meditating, again, that's very, very natural, very normal. And the art of meditation is when you become aware of those kinds of things, instead of berating the mind, instead of resisting those random thoughts, the art of the practice is to celebrate it, to welcome those experiences. And the irony is this: when you cultivate a celebratory attitude towards your mind, the same mind that a lot of meditators make the enemy of the practice, when you approach it from the other way, making your mind actually your ally and looking at its meanderings as perfect practice, the irony is that you will achieve what most people who meditate are looking for, which is to have a calmer, quiet experience. All right, now we're going to let go of that technique and just keep the eyes closed for just a second. Come back into your body. Twirl your head around in one direction, and then in the other direction. Just nice and easy. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Rotate the hands around, rotate the feet around a bit. Just feel the body as if for the very first time. And then from here, Just very, very gradually begin to open your eyes and bring yourself out. So one of the things that we like to promote with the Shine is just, having a regular practice like this. A lot of people are out in the city right now trying to find happiness through being intoxicated. And, there's a time and place for that. But as a daily practice, it's not sustainable. And if you are looking for a high, if you're looking for a way to elevate your baseline level of happiness, this is where it's all happening. This is where it's at. And we try to introduce a variety of different styles and techniques so that if you connect with one more than others, then you can use those techniques back at your house or wherever you spend most of your time. So this particular technique is actually very mobile, and it's meant to be done on the road, in Ubers, on the subway, in your auntie's living room, at Coachella, basically anywhere where you could sit comfortably and close your eyes and be relatively undisturbed for 10 or 15 minutes, you can drop in. And so we don't do a lot of plugs here, but I'm going to shamelessly plug this book, Bliss More. The subtitle is How to Succeed in Meditation Without Really Trying. And it literally means that, teaching people how to get the most out of the practice without expending a whole lot of effort, which is as a teacher, I found a lot of people have trouble because they feel like they're having to work too hard for too little benefit. And there's no point in working that hard in order to meditate. In fact, the less you work at it, the better the more results you have. So go out and buy that book tonight on Amazon. And what's that? Write a review on Amazon. Tag Bliss More on Instagram. Hey, we don't get paid for this, so we put in a lot of work here over 4 years. So the least you could do is go out and buy my book tonight.